So
Okay,
good evening,
okay.
everyone. This is Bhante Dr. Yasassi from Sri Lanka, who's cordially and graciously accepted our invitation to join us. And I would now like to read his profile so that you have a background as to who this Bhante is. Yeah. Okay. So he's not a stranger to Buddhist Mahavihara. He's been at Buddhist Mahavihara before. Okay. Venerable Dr. P. Yasassi is a senior lecturer at the University of Sri Jayawardhanpura, Sri Lanka. He's also a visiting lecturer at the Buddhist and Pali University of Sri Lanka, University of Kelaniya, and University of Colombo. So, which means he's actually lecturing at three universities. Bhante is a scholar in Buddhist culture, Buddhist civilization, and Buddhism and management. The discipline encompasses research related to Buddhist studies, and he has also authored 5 books and 7 editions, one of which is The Buddhist Attitude to Free Will and Quest. Bhante has also presented his research papers at several national and international conferences. So this evening, we'll be most happy to have Bhante Dr. Yasassi to give us a sharing which is entitled Unity and Fellowship of Mankind. Is it a myth or is it a fact? So Bhante, would you like to start the program this evening?
Okay. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to warmly welcome to my talk Most Venerable Sri Dhammaratana Nayaka Mahathir and all the members of the Mahasangha in Buddhist Mahavihara and all the Dhamma friends who are familiar to us, including Malaysia and all around the world. Before starting my today's talk, first of all, I would like to pay my gratitude for the organizers of the Dhammadana series of the Buddhist Mahavihara for inviting me to this Dhamma talk in this period. Today, the topic that I am going to discuss is unity and fellowship of mankind, myth or fact. As you know, this is the most suitable time that we are gathered, even we are physically away from each other. We are mentally getting together through the Buddhist Mahavihara Facebook page. This is the most relevant period, suitable period to talk about unity and fellowship of mankind. Why I am saying that? Today, as we know, most of the people in the world, we are staying at our home for the safety of mankind, not for the sake of ourselves, but also for the sake of mankind. I would like to say one word before starting my talk, that is positive. As you know, all we are talking about how to be positive by, by eradicating negative in our life. How to think positive, how to work positive, how to inculcate positive attitudes in our mind, and how to be positive. That is the most interesting word all of us uh, dealt with during last periods. But today, when we are listening to the term, listening to the word positive, we get frightened, afraid when asking about the COVID-19 positive person or the patients. Here you see how the most important word that we were used last time, how it is used in negative sense even today. But even though we feel such kind of mentality when listening to positive, the term positive, we can make it positive by ourselves because of how we inculcate our mind, how we develop our mind in this kind of a situation. That is why we are trying to talk about how to be positive in even in this time too. With that word, motivational word, I would like to start my talk. Today I am going to talk about unity and fellowship of mankind, myth or fact. Some people say that most of the people in the world during last decades who are living in the world, they are selfish in their day-to-day activities, in even in their house with their family, having built a big, uh, you know, big house. We are staying in our house without having any other relationships with the neighbors or our neighboring people. But we have to think about that whether we practiced proper life during our last period of our life, because all we are talking about unity, fellowship, humankind by nowadays. Therefore, they thought that this unity and fellowship is the myth. No need any person's association, no need help from anyone. If there is no anyone for them to serve, them to associate, they can survive themselves like that. That was the mentality that we have inculcated most of the times in our life. But today, all we are trying to make this unity and fellowship for the sake of, in the name of humankind, how to make it, how to possible it, how to make it reality or fact. That is why I selected this topic in the name of humanism or the humankind. What is unity? All we know that unity is being together with someone or somebody or the something. Being together. Now we are being together with our family these days rather than earlier periods, because we are at home with our family, our dearest one, nearest one, our loved one, husband and wife, or children, and everyone being together. Now, this is the time that we feel how we are united, how we are practicing united in our day-to-day life, in our day-to-day life. Even another term is the fellowship. We have unity. Now it's okay. Fellowship is what? It is the association, especially with people who share one's interest. You see, especially share one's interest with others. It is also known as fellowship. I'll say one example. In earlier, we had the practice of working and working and working from morning to evening, even at the night. Early in the morning, parents are going to work, children are going to schools, also they are going to work, all are coming in the evening, even having their dinner from the outside. They are coming into houses and they are sleeping. After sleeping, morning wakes up and again return to their work. That was the daily routine that we practiced for a long time. We did not know what is unity, what is fellowship. Therefore, we had such experiences in our life. So, what we have to think is that now the period, now the time is the most important time for us to build up fellowship and the unity for the sake of ourselves. Why we have to practice these two, unity and fellowship, for the sake of humankind? The Buddha says that Buddha have never accepted any kind of inequality in the society based on caste, creed, religion, or any other inclinations. Buddha never accepted or praised in his teaching. By the time of the Buddha, there was a religion called Brahmanism. They told that the Mahabrahma created the universe. From the four parts of the Mahabrahma created the universe. According to the place that the Mahabrahma created the humans, they have given certain status in the society. Brahmanas were the highest, while the Shudras were the lowest. Why such kind of status? How such kind of status given based on their birth? But Buddha said that once a Brahmin comes to the Buddha, he said that we are Brahmins, we are the superior in the society, while others are inferior to us. Then Buddha raised a counter question, how do you say so? Then said that we were born from the mouth of the Mahabrahma. Then, by replying into that answer, Buddha said that, O Brahmin, do you have a wife? Then said yes. Have you seen that the wife is getting fertile? Then Brahmin said yes. Have you seen that she delivers child? Then said that yes. Have you seen that your wife breastfeeding? Then said yes. Then Buddha said, how you say that you have been born from the mouth of the Brahma? You have been born from the womb of the mother. Therefore, according to the birth, we cannot divide the society in any status like that. All are equal in the society with their birth. Buddha said in Vasala Sutta that Najaccha vasalo hoti, najaccha hoti brahmano, kammana vasalo hoti, kammana hoti brahmano. By birth, no one becomes Brahma or Shudra or higher caste or the lower caste. Everyone would be whether they are higher or lower would be decided not by the birth but by their deed. That is what the Buddha pointed out based on the Buddha's teaching. Therefore, after being born, we are having certain labels saying that I am belong to this religion, my race is this one, my clan is this one. This is my family. I have a very rich family, or I have been born in a poor. Like that, we are making certain labels in order to show our status to the society. All those labels we have been taken after the birth. With the birth, we have not taken anything to this world, this society. You see how these labels made a danger to the society. Since there is no unity, fellowship, since the people are not concerned about the mankind, they are making certain troubles in the society to each other in the society. Since they have no clear idea about from where we came, how we came, and what we were brought when we are coming to this life. Then we are making certain labels by ourselves. Having making labels, we are trying to show our dignity in the society over the other people. That is the nature of most people. That is the nature of the people. So therefore, Buddha has pointed out that one should try to consider about entire universe as our own relative, our own friend. That is why Buddha has introduced a concept called loving kindness. What is loving kindness, dear friends? The commentators say that Paradukke sati sadhunang hadaya kampanang karoti iti karuna. What does it mean? When listening to, when looking at the sorrow, difficulty of any other person, if we have sympathetic attitude in our heart, in our mind, that is the loving kindness or the compassion. That is the compassion. When we see some beggars or the poor people, we feel that, oh sorry, why they have been fallen into that status. Oh my God, something like that. We make certain expressions by looking at others, sorrow or others' difficulties. This kind of sympathetic idea or the attitude, compassionate idea that cultivates in our mind is known as loving kindness. In cultivating humanism, the most important quality that we have to cultivate in our mind is the compassionate, or the compassion and the loving kindness in our mind. Because Buddha said that first we have to love ourselves. One who doesn't love oneself never loves to others. One who doesn't love oneself never loves to others. That is the nature of the person who has not loving kindness or the compassion or the humanity. That is why Buddha said that first you have to be very exemplary. First you have to be very, compassionate towards oneself. Attanameva patamang patirupe nivesaye. What does it mean? You have to take care of oneself first, and we have to spread loving kindness towards the other, towards our neighbors. Even Buddha said that we have to think of even the environment, birds and beasts who are living surrounding our society. Then Karaniya Metta Sutta, how Buddha pointed out how to cultivate loving kindness. Then in order to maintain unity, fellowship, and also the humanism, today I am going to introduce a kind of 4 points given by the Buddha. This is called Chattaro Sangha. There are 4 factors that a person should be cultivated in their day-to-day life who can cultivate these humanism or the unity and fellowship. What are they? First one is called dana. Dana means generosity. We are generous people, especially for the Buddhist people are generous. Even the other religious people, they are also practicing generosity in their life in different situations, different levels. Here, what we are talking about generosity when they are facing this kind of just as a COVID-19, this kind of a tragedy situation or the difficult situation, how we can share others, how we can help others, how we can contribute something for the sake of others. Last week, I heard that one country, I'm not telling the name of the country, hundreds of people who were in the house of the elders died. There is no one caring them. They are not feeding because of the maybe uh, because of not having enough food. They may have died because since we have know this idea or this quality of sharing, this kind of situation had come into existence in the world. But in certain countries, especially if you see my Facebook page, you may see that I have few times given food for the street pets, dogs and so on. In sometimes some people are thinking of how to help them, how to feed them whenever we can or whenever we have that situation, that idea. What I am going to say is that in order to maintain unity, fellowship for the same of for the in the name of humanism, we have to cultivate this great uh, teaching given by the Buddha in our life. No need to give much. Whatever we have, we try to share with others. Sharing is not only the sharing food or the wealth or the money or whatever it is. If you can share with others, if you can stay at home these days, it is also sharing for the humanism. Why? Because when we are becoming and affected to the COVID-19, definitely we have not shared good things with others. Therefore, we have to think of that. Another second point, Buddha mentioned that one who wants to maintain unity, fellowship, and humanism, they have to use Peyavacha. It means that they have to use good words, right words, even pleasant words towards the others. I'll say one example. Nowadays, in Sri Lankan context, more than 1 month, people were in the houses. One, nurse from recognized hospital in Sri Lanka said that nowadays no patients are coming to the hospitals from the uh, because of the accidents or whatever it is. Most of the parents are coming. Most of the patients are coming to the hospital because of the problems or the domestic violence occurred in the house. the husband and wife, all those are living together in the same house for a long time, then by misusing words, since they have no proper managing their words, there may arise problems in their day-to-day life, and it will be upgraded up to the domestic violence. That is why finally they are affected to certain injuries, even injuries. You know, words can do much thing in the universe, in the society. When we are verbally impure, it can harm entire our life, even not only this life but also hereafter. Also, the use in rough words, bad words, or the lies, and they are affected to. They are the major barrier for the breakdown of the unity, fellowship, and humankind, humanism. Therefore, we have to protect, safeguard our mouth too. Once there is a very nice story in Japanese semi stories. Once uh, a person comes to a master to learn Zen. At that time, the master advised his disciple, if you want to, if you need to learn Zen, you have to practice thousands of virtues, or the virtues codes of the moral codes, like Sila. Then that person thought that young person thought that, oh, it is difficult for me to protect such number of virtues or the moral codes. Therefore, I will go home and I will maintain my life as a layperson. Then that master said, again thinking of the mentality of that young person, that master said that, can you safeguard only two, protect only two? What are the two? Your mouth and hands, body. Then said, okay, I can, because it is in number two. Rather than preserving or the protecting thousands of moral codes, it is easy to safeguard only two icons, that is mouth and the body or the hands. Then that young person said, okay, it is very easy for me to do that. Then the master said, okay, you can stay here, you can learn if you are able to practice this. What does it say? It says that all morality can be practiced by protecting or the safeguarding our mouth and physical body. What most of the words we are uttering through our mouth may be dangerous and may be harmful to the society. Even most of the activities we are doing by using our physical body would be harmful to the society. That is why preserving or the safeguarding these two is most important. Third point is known as Atta Charya. Whether we have to think whether we can contribute for the well-being of others. Our maybe money, or the maybe our time, lesser our time, even maybe something we have, maybe our effort, labor, energy, whatever it is, if we can contribute that for the sake of the others, that is called Attacharya. You know why I am preaching today? No one will give anything for me, but I have dedicated, I have contributed my effort. Even Mr. Leslie know that how we got effort to get this live program in this context, right? Because of the connectivity of the Wi-Fi from the morning to the evening. Why we get this effort? Why Buddhist Mahavihara committee, including Mr. Leslie, why they are doing that? Because thinking that if we can make any kind of, consolation to the give any kind of consolation to our people in the name of humanism, that is the Attacharya that we practice. Also, the last one says Samanattata, equality. Why we need equality to maintain unity and fellowship? Inequality is existed throughout the universe today. Most of the people, they are always thinking of I myself, I my mine myself, something like that. My parents, my wife, my children, my husband, I myself, I have this and that, or something like that, thinking of the oneness. Always we are thinking what we have. Also the our own one. Even the decisions are taken in the name of oneself, in the name of oneself, without having altruism or any other, equal mind. They are not even taking decisions for most of the time. But one who practices unity and fellowship, also one who want to cultivate the humanism, they have to cultivate this quality definitely. If there is inequality any place, anywhere, with any person, we cannot see, we cannot identify, we cannot see humanism, unity of fellowship in that society with that person. Therefore, this is also another most important point we have to think of. Dear friends, now we have to think more and more regarding why we need to cultivate this unity and fellowship. Now, all we are facing a difficult period. All the people are in facing difficult period these days. The countries like, very rich countries, even the poor countries, they are facing this situation. I saw that some countries, they are not uselessly throwing out the money they have collected in their life during their lifetime. Even when people died with certain diseases, they are without concern in their caste, clan, religion, or the social status, even whether they are poor or richest people, there is no such kind of status. So therefore, this is the most suitable time we have to think of the unity and fellowship in the name of humanism. Why we call humans are the people who have developed mind, humane mind, compassionate mind, that is kind hearted people. That is why we call humans. So we are not equal to the animals or other beings in the universe. Therefore, we have to think of these things. What I wanted to tell you is, first thing is, you should be very strong. You should be a very strong person with your mentality. Even though you are at home, don't think of any other material things right now. Someone will think that, oh, I lost my job, I lost my money, I lost my income. Someone will think like that, and they get they get certain minded because of concern in their material, the failure. Dear friends, don't think of that. We can accumulate all these things throughout our life. What we did during last few decades was the same. We gathered, we collected, we did that. We need that prosperity. But in this kind of a situation, don't think of that. Now we have to think how to survive humanism, how to maintain humanism, how to keep on humanism while safeguarding one's life, one's own family member's life, also the while safeguarding others, our neighbors and others' lives. How to be survive in this moment is the most important thing you have to think in this situation. Another thing is that we should have the altruism, the mind. We should cultivate altruism in our mind by staying home. Why we call? This is the first time we heard in our life. Staying at home, we can share, we can safeguard humanism. We can safeguard unity and fellowship. Why? If we are by thinking that we are very lazy and something like that, with such minded, if we are going outside, if we are making certain contacts with the many other people, if we affected certain diseases like the affected, then we become automatically we become a person who are not altruism to the society. Therefore, please make this a golden chance that you received in your life. Then you can maintain social distance for the sake of humanism. Also, we can respect to advices given by the medical officials to the for the sake of humanism. Also, we can stay at home. That is the most important help that we can give to the society, to our neighbors, and so on. Finally, I am not going to discuss all these things in detail. You know, in this situation, we have to be united by nations, by world, without concerning any other, any other certain negative thoughts. We have to be positive in this situation by thinking of the humanism in this situation. Unite. One, there is a nice story in Jataka. There were a group of snipes, snipes, quail. These groups of, group of quails, when they are living in the forest, one day, a butcher or a hunter came to the forest and he tried to catch all those quails or the snipes by laying down a net. Then the quails decided, snipes, they discussed each other and they decided we have to remove this net, and by removing we have to safeguard our life. Then what they did, they all together having gathered together, having taken one decision, one idea, all the people, all the snipes, they quails came to the same decision, and they they carried the net, and having putting it into the another tree, they released their life. They were very safeguard in their lives. They were very happy. Another day, after a few days again, there occurred a quarrel among each other in the members of the quails, snipes. They had the arrogant minded. They were arrogant minded. They did not have unity. They did not consider about the fellowship. Then the again bird catcher, bird hunter again came to the place where they were residing, and he laid down the net. On that day, since they had no unity and fellowship, what they did was they had the different minded, and they did not agree to the carrying out the net. Finally, what happened? The bird catcher was the winner of that second time, he was able to catch all the snipes or the quails, and they had to sacrifice their life because of the disunity, since they have no unity, fellowship. In this situation, if we are thinking only ourselves, if we are thinking only about the selfishness, selfish, if we are thinking only about the our people or the one's own people, that also will be the same. Therefore, we should be united. We should be respect to our whole entire our society, even entire our people, even the we should be respect to the fellowships, neighbors, even what why we have to do that. We have to do that in the name of humanism, because since we are humans, this is a very, as I said, golden chance we have received to maintain this great quality of unity and fellowship in the name of humanism. Therefore, dear friends, I suppose that you are even though you are at house, at your home, you are practicing different kind of religious deeds, even the exercises or the whatever it is, you may maintain, continue all those things. Keep your mind very happy. Don't be sad. Don't be worried. Why worry? Why? No need to worry. Keep the positive. As I said at the very beginning, when listening to the word positive, we get frightened. Don't make it. We have to get even that as an positive thing, that we get our gain our life to the to maintain our life. Then thinking of that, be positive, do positive things, and maintain your life safe at home, and try to share everything with others whatever, and be very calm minded person, and finally we will be able to win this situation, as well as the accumulating the merits that we through conducting this kind of meritorious deed, we can rejoice this even this life as well as hereafter. So I will conclude my today's talk. I am not going to continue more, even though there are more facts, many things to talk. I will not continue with all these things. So now I wish you all the best. May you be well and happy. Also, finally, I would like to pay my gratitude to the Buddhist Mahavihara. Even though all you were in a one family, but now you are in the distance physically, but you made mentally united by the Buddhist Mahavihara Management Committee, with the advice given by most venerable members of the Mahasangha in the temple. Therefore, we have to respect them too by keeping these words. I wish you all the best. May you be well and happy. Sabbe satta sukita huntu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Bante, for this very interesting talk that or Dhamma sharing that you did with us. I never expected you to speak so eloquently on this subject. I thought it would be a very dry subject. You know, it seems like a very political subject, but you made it very interesting with all your stories. Bante, there is one question that one of our devotees is asking. I don't know whether you can
Yes.
see it, but let me read it out to you. Can you see that question?
I cannot see. I
Okay,
cannot see. You can
come on,
read.
let me read it out to you then. Um, Bante, during the time of the Buddha,
Mhm.
were there also diseases like the current COVID-19 pandemic or epidemic, and how did they manage at that time? Were there any special sutras recited for protection?
Okay,
That is
very
the
nice.
question.
Yeah, very good question. Because there is a nice story belongs to the Buddha's time. There was a one millionaire in India, in Savatthi, who had a child who had a very giant son, and by that time there occurred the disease called ahivataka. Ahi means reptiles, snake. Vataka means the name of the disease. Then that disease had been affected from the reptiles. Then what happened? Even by the Buddha's period, there were certain very popular doctors like Jivaka. They did not have any disease like COVID-19. At that time, what they have to do is they have to stay at home, even what we call quarantine. There was nothing else. Then the parents, the millionaire, they said their children, said that you don't stay here, you may go outside to safeguard your life. We are staying here. If we were able to safeguard our life, we will remain, otherwise we will die. But you have to go out and you may come after cure in this situation. Then what he did was he went out after few years. When the disease ceased, what happened? He came to that place. That story says there were certain diseases even the time of the Buddha, which we cannot find out even the medications or the certain things. But that story says the existence of these types of diseases, which we can manage only through quarantine. That is the story behind that. So what does it means? By maintaining social distance, it is the only way that we can carry out, that we can practice in spreading this kind of a pandemic. Even time of the Buddha has the same example, same idea. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Bhante. I think there's another question. Can you see that question on the screen, Bhante?
Yeah,
Can you see
can.
that?
Yes, what are the good qualities we have to realize easily, that people who face us in the society immediately, because we haven't built friendly connection with all. According to the topic, please explain, summarizing. Mr. Leslie, what is the summary of the question?
Uh, Basically, what he's asking is, what are the good qualities that we have to realize so that we are able to face easily those people who face us.
Face
So
us
I
in the
guess,
society
yeah,
immediately.
yeah. Let's presume, like, your enemies or your neighbors who are not close with. How do
Uh-huh.
you befriend them, or and what good qualities that you use to uh, basically to make friends, or build friends, bridge fences,
Yeah, yeah, I
and
know.
that kind of thing.
What I said earlier, there are 2 points. No need much, right? If you are able to practice dana or the generosity, right? Priyavachana, that means the pleasant words, attacharya, helping others, right? For the sake of others, and samanatata, equality, that is enough. But the problem is that before practicing that, we have to make a relationship with our neighbors, with our fellow members, right? In order to do that, we can start from a small smile. Okay. Some people, they don't know how to smile. They have no experience of smiling. Therefore, they can start from that. In the second step, we can even utter few words with those people. When a person, even though the Buddha did not know a person, when they are coming to the Buddha, when they sees the Buddha went to their places sometimes without any invitation. Okay, sometimes Buddha raised questions first. Pubba basi, pubba hasi. Buddha talk first. Buddha smile first. Also, the Buddha asked, "How are you? What do you do? From where did you come? What is the stability right now? How do you depend on something like that?" We may have a small discussion, and first we'll start from the that level, and then we can build more very strong relationships with others. Then we can carry out the 4 factors that I pointed out earlier.
Thank you, Bhante. I think that's quite relevant in this day and age. I think that's how you make friends easily, using the Buddha's
Yeah.
advice and tactics and strategies, right? Uh,
Only to smile.
Only to smile, yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
first
the key.
smile, and then we'll get all other connections very
Yeah,
easily. Because
yep,
smile is a kind of very powerful weapon we can use.
yep,
But it should be genuine, right? It should
yeah,
be the smiling should
yeah.
be genuine, not
Pro-
artificial.
Provided the person you're facing is not running towards you with a gun or a big knife, then you better run for your life. I think
Yeah, can.
smile will not work sometimes. Okay, Vante, I think we have
Because
spent quite a bit of
there are
time today.
certain steps.
Yeah,
Mm.
of course. Uh, okay, I think there are no more questions this evening, and thank you all for joining us and joining Bante Yasassi on behalf of the Committee of Management and the Sangha members of the Buddhist Mahavihara. Let me take this opportunity to thank Bante Yasassi for coming on this evening. Yes, as Bante mentioned, how difficult it was for us to get him online and also live, not just getting him online. But with the help of the Devas, I think we managed to put this off easily without any hitches. The whole 1 hour went without even me realizing it. Everything went smoothly. So, Bante, before we end, could we share the merits with all the Devas as well as the dearly departed uh, family members?
Okay, now throughout this 1 hour period, we listen to the noble teachings of the Buddha. Also, we recited the teachings of the Dhamma. Also, we respected to the Sangha. Then we accumulated much merit throughout this Dhamma sermon, today's Dhamma talk. Therefore, first of all, I would like to transfer these merits to the God and Brahmas who are safeguarding our life, our everything, uh, who are safeguarding the Buddha Sasana as well as the world universe. May they rejoice with these merits and may they be well and happy. May they protect us. May they provide their safeguard towards us. May they preserve our life, property, our nearest ones, as well as entire the world. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu to transfer merits to the God. Then we
Sadhu,
will
sadhu, sadhu.
also we will transfer merits to the dead and gone. Due to the COVID-19 coronavirus, hundreds of thousands of people died because of this virus during this period throughout the world. We will, in the name of those departed ones, and as well as those who gathered, those who join with our talk, and you may think of your departed ones. May they be well and happy, and may their life be rejoiced hereafter. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Finally, I would like to transfer merits to the greetings from the no the qualities of the no the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, as well as during this period, in especially in Sri Lanka, we are preaching, we are reciting Ratana Sutta, the Sutta of Jewel, and many other suttas delivered by the Buddha for the sake of the assuring the protection from protection to the world. And may all you be well and happy. Sabbe satta sukita huntu. May all your defeated go away, vanish, and may you be well and happy. May you be able to be settle your life within a short period of time by warding off all the difficulties you are facing. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, 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 sadhu.
ආකාශට්ටා ච බුම්මට්ටා දේවා නාග මහිද්దికා පුඤ්ඤන්තං අනුමෝදිත්වා චිරං රක්ඛන්තු ලෝක සාසනං ආකාශට්ටා ච බුම්මට්ටා දේවා නාග මහිද්దికා පුඤ්ඤන්තං අනුමෝදිත්වා චිරං රක්ඛන්තු ලෝක සාසනං ආකාශට්ටා ච බුම්මට්ටා දේවා නාග මහිද්దికා පුඤ්ඤන්තං අනුමෝදිත්වා චිරං රක්ඛන්තු ලෝක සාසනං අභිවාදන සීලිස්ස නිච්ඡං උද්ධාපචායිනෝ චත්තාරෝ ධම්මා වඩ්ඩಂತಿ ආයුවන්නෝ සුඛං බලං ආයුරාෝග්‍ය සම්පatti සග්ග සම්පatti මේවච අතෝ නිබ්බාන සම්පatti ඉමිනාතේ සමිජ්ජතු සුඛී හෝතු.
Thank you, Bhante. So, dear friends, we've come to the end of this evening's Dhamma sharing with Bhante Dr. Yasassi from Sri Lanka. So, thank you again, Bhante, for taking time off and explaining this very interesting subject on the unity and fellowship of mankind. So, obviously, it's not a myth, but it's a fact that it can be achieved, yeah, according to the advice of the Buddha. And also like to inform our members that on Monday, the 27th of April at 8:30 the same time, we have Bhante Professor Dr. M. Uparatna Thera, who will speak to us on the Deva concept in Buddhism. So keep a date with us on Monday, next Monday, the 27th at 8:30 here at the same channel, the Buddhist Mahavihara public page. Thank you and good night, one and all.
Good night. Good night.